Greetings everybody, Nick here, and today's video is on this Alesis Surge electronic drum kit. Let's go. This Alesis Surge drum kit has a lot of really great features at an amazing price point. It's really easy to use, tons of sounds. You get the rack, all the pads, the pedals, all kinds of great stuff here. So let me get into all the details right now. The Alesis Surge comes with 365 sounds. That's acoustic sounds, electronic sounds, percussion sounds, all kinds of great things. 24 internal kits that are already pre-made for you, but there's plenty of room to customize all your own drum kits, as many as you want really. And before I get into the brain, how to use it, the pads and everything that's here, let me demonstrate some of the sounds that you get in the Alesis Surge right now. Well, hopefully you can tell right there that there's a lot of great variety of sounds in the Alesis Surge kit, all kinds of stuff, and it's really easy to manipulate all of those sounds as well. So let me get into the brain now and how to use the Alesis Surge drum kit. Again, the Alesis Surge is really a kit you can grow into because there's lots of great features that would come with a much higher end drum kit. Let's get into all the stuff that's on the back of the kit right here. There's an aux input on the back here so you can plug in things like your mobile phone so you can play along to music that way. Your main left and right outputs. There's also 2 extra trigger inputs, so you can expand the drum kit. If you want a 3rd crash and a 4th tom, you can do it right there. You have the regular old school 5-pin MIDI in and output, so you could connect the brain to external gear like a synthesizer or something like that and play those sounds from your Alesis Surge kit. That's really cool. You also have USB to MIDI, so you can connect the Alesis Surge brain to your DAW if you want to that way. On the left side of the brain is the headphone output, and on the right side of the brain is your power. Getting around the Alesis Surge brain is actually really simple. Let's start at the bottom of the brain right here. You have all these buttons that emulate the same sounds that are coming from the pads. So if you want to audition sounds, you can do it right here without having to hit a pad. So here's the kick drum, for instance. Snare drum, crash, that kind of thing. So if you want to customize a kit, you don't necessarily have to hit the pads to hear the sounds. That's a cool thing. Changing drum kits is very simple. You have big arrow buttons left and right. Just go up to a different kit, back down. All of the other value changes are made with these left and right arrows here as well. You have a record button so you can record yourself playing and hear back what you did. Really great metronome features I'll get into in just a couple minutes here. Drum off. This drum off button means when you play along to songs, there's a lot of songs to play along to in the Alesis Surge brain. It's really cool. Now they all have drums that play along with the songs if you want to hear what they did, because they put kits, different styles of kits with each song. But you can easily turn those drums off so you can play along to the songs. And I'll show that to you in just a second as well. Start and stop button right up there, a save button to save your custom kits or any other changes you make. On the right side of the LCD screen are some buttons that do a lot of things in the Alesis Surge kit. Top line says normal, bottom line says learning, because there's lots of great learning features in here as well. But in the normal setting, this is where you change either which song you want to hear, which kit you want to hear, which voice of the kits that's there. So if you want to change the sound of the kick drum, you go to the voice button and so on. I'll show you that in just a second as well. Just below that is a page select button. You hold that and that takes you down to the learning features. Press it again and it takes you back into the normal setting where you can adjust the kit settings. Tempo, adjust your tempos of the songs and the click tracks you're listening to. Utility button where you get into all of the deep diving features of the Alesis Surge. Play and practice when you play back what you recorded. And that's it. That's everything on the front of the Alesis Surge module. Before I get into how you can customize a drum kit, play along to songs, that kind of thing, let me tell you what you get out of the box with the Alesis Surge. Everything you see here. You get 3 8-inch tom pads right here. You get an 8-inch kick drum pad, a 10-inch snare drum pad, and 3 10-inch cymbal pads. All of the tom pads and the snare drum pad are all dual zones. You get 2 sounds on each drum. And they're all tunable. Now when I say tunable, you're not getting a tone out of these pads, but you can tighten up the feel or loosen up the feel depending on what you want to feel. When you tighten up a mesh pad, it gives you more rebound. It's a little bit easier to get some doubles and do some bounces. But if you like that gushy, soft feel, just grab your drum key and make it looser. You get this nice 4-post rack with a small footprint, an extra arm that holds the snare drum. One thing I do want to mention about this rack, when you put it together and you tighten it down, I suggest you tighten it down pretty good, okay? Not to where you break the wing nuts or anything like that, but just give it a good tight turn so it's really holding everything nice and firmly. I mentioned you get everything in the box, so you get this nice hi-hat pedal. Very smooth feeling, easy to use, just plug it in and go, and it works right out of the box. Kick drum pedal also comes out of the box. Really easy to use and it's smooth feeling. You can adjust the tension and all of those things just like a regular kick drum pedal. One last thing to mention about the pedals. They put some Velcro strips on the bottom of the pedals. Now this is a really simple little thing, but they really work. The Velcro is really strong and the pedals don't move at all. So, you know, to have that security there, to know that your pedals aren't going to move, to me is a really cool little thing. Okay, with all of that said, let me get into how you adjust the sounds of a particular kit, because it's super easy to do. So let's start with the overall kit sound before we get into individual sounds of individual pads. When you press the kit button, just above the number, you'll see the word kit. So you know that you're in the overall kit settings. So right here is just the number, so I can change the kit, the full kit here, and so on. When you hit the kit button again, this is where the changes can start. So I hit the kit button, volume. This is the overall drum kit volume. So right now it's at 30. Obviously down to 0, you don't hear anything. Hit the kit button one more time. Reverb. They put effects, reverb effects, on a lot of the drum kits. If you don't want it on there, just use your left or right arrow and turn the reverb off. You can really hear it on the snare drum. Off now. You can really hear the snare drum ring without any ambience, but if you like the reverb, just turn it back on. Hit the kit button one more time. One thing that I think is really cool that Alesis did is they gave you EQ settings for the overall drum kit. Really simple settings as well. So you get high, mids, and lows. And again, it's super easy to use. So right now it's on the high EQ and you can really hear it. So I'm just gonna adjust it high and then low and you can hear the change. I'll start it with the kick drum. Here we go. You can really hear it get brighter. Let me go the opposite direction. Super simple, right? Put it back to 0 so I can get it right at the starting point. Hit the kit button one more time and you'll be in the mid EQ point. Isn't that cool? I think that's really neat and super simple to do, so you can really dial in the sound. And also low end as well. So here's starting from 0. And less low end. Say you're playing these drums in your apartment. You also purchased the Alesis Strike Amp 8, which sounds really great, so you can hear the drums through a speaker, not through headphones. But, you know, maybe you're on the second floor and the low end is rumbling your neighbors down below. Just turn down the low end on the kick drum a little bit and you can take that away. Really cool. So I got a little bit less low end. I'm going to go back and turn up the high end just a tiny bit. Give it a little bit of brightness. Here we go. Very cool, very easy to do. Okay, now let me quickly take you through how easy it is to customize a drum kit and change the sounds. Hit the voice button. Now you'll see the word voice above the number, so you know that's what settings you're in. Hit a pad, or again, hit the buttons correlating to the pads here on the brain itself. Kick drum, see, same sound. You want a different kick drum sound? Just use your left-right arrows and find what you like. Tons of sound options. Let's start there. That's number 17. Hit the next pad you want to change and change the sound. Very cool. And the same goes with every other pad on the kit. It's also super simple to change the volume level of each individual pad. Sometimes I'm finding the hi-hat to be a little loud compared to the rest of the drum kit. Super simple to change. Hit the pad. It says volume is 29 right now. I'm going to turn it down to, say, I don't know, 22. I like that there. While you're in voice, there's a bunch of other settings you can change as well. Panning, you know, drums are in a stereo field, so you really hear it if you have headphones on. I only have the one speaker here, so I'm sort of listening to it in mono. But if you have your headphones on, you can definitely hear how the toms are moved around the stereo field. You know, first rack toms a little bit on the left, floor toms on the right. You can adjust the panning with your left and right arrows in this setting right here. Press the voice button again. Pitch, this is where you change the pitch of a particular sound. As you can tell, it's really easy to customize everything in your drum kits. Press the voice button one more time. Now here I showed you there's reverb on the kits as a whole, but you can also change how much reverb each individual drum has on it. Or all the way to none. Let's say I want a lot of reverb on all the toms, but not much on the kick and snare. Now this is weird. You wouldn't normally have no reverb on the kick and snare, but lots of reverb on your toms, but if you want to, you can. I think that's pretty cool. You know, just getting creative with the sounds and, you know, think outside the box sometimes. That's what makes electronic drums really cool, is that you can go anywhere you want with them. You don't just have the sound. Like an acoustic kit, you have those sounds. You maybe put different heads on to change the sound, put some dampening on. But with electronic drums and the ability to customize all these different features and options, you can go hog wild if you want to. It's a lot of fun. A couple other things in the voice setting. You can change the MIDI note of each individual sound if you want to. And lastly, again, there's all these songs inside of the Alesis Surge. You can actually start the songs with a particular pad. PS stands for pad song. So whichever pad you want to start the song, you just tell the brain to do it and it'll do it. There's a really nice metronome that's really easy to use in the Alesis Surge. You want to hear it and play along, just press the click button. There you go. To change the time signature as the click is going, just use your left and right arrows. 3, 4, 5, 6. To change the subdivisions of the click track, say you're in 4/4, but you want to hear the click track in eighth notes, really simple to do. Turn it on, it's in 4/4. The page select button, which is over here on the right, press that. INT stands for interval, which also stands for subdivisions in this case. Press the button. See, now you have eighth notes going. Now you're in like 12/8, 16th notes, whatever you desire. To change the tempo, turn the click on, hit the tempo button, use your up and down arrows. It's super simple to record yourself with the Alesis Surge and then hear back what you did. You press the record button and the click track will be going, the metronome will be going. But it won't start recording just yet. Hit any pad on the drum kit, it'll give you a 1-bar countdown, and then you start playing. Okay, get ready, here we go. 2, 3, 4. Let's see what I just did. I'm being funny, but again, it's really easy to use, and it's cool to hear back what you did immediately like that. Okay, let's get into all the songs that come with the Alesis Surge kit. They put 60 songs in here in all kinds of styles. So you get a little bit of jazz, a little bit of funk, a little bit of dance music, rock and roll, all kinds of stuff. Lots of Latin grooves, which is really cool to play along to. Really cool percussion programming that they put inside the box here. So I picked a few songs to play along to for a demonstration. Here we go. To start the song, you just press the start and stop button over here on the left. And again, they program drums for each of the tunes. You'll hear those when you start the song. If you don't want to hear those drums, just press the drum off button. Again, super simple. Now you're ready to play along. See how cool that is? Here's another one. Oh. Super sweet. Love the cowbell on the floor tom. That's so much fun. It really is cool. But there's a couple things you could change in here. Say this song is not loud enough for you. You want to hear more of the music and less of the drums. You can easily adjust that. To make those adjustments, you just keep pressing the song button. So right now it's the song number. Press it again. ACC stands for accompaniment. So that's the level of the music being played back. Press it again. Now you're at the drum level, the overall kit volume, and you're back to the song number. So I'm going to turn up the drums a little bit to, like, say 22. I'm going to turn down the song, I don't know, a couple of clicks. Let's see what that sounds like. As you can tell, there's all kinds of styles of music in the Alesis Surge drum module. I got one more to play for you, and I just wanted to show you one more thing. Just in case you're playing along with the song and your time's a little bit wavy, you don't feel like you're really locked in, you can easily turn the metronome on, the click track behind the music, and have that in there as well, just by hitting the click button. Let me show you how that works. There you have it, everybody. The Alesis Surge electronic drum kit. Really fun to play, whether you're a beginner or a more advanced drummer. Definitely something you could grow into, and it's really easy to use with lots of sound options. If you want more information on this Alesis product or any other Alesis product, just talk to your Sweetwater sales engineer, and thanks so much for watching. I'm going to play some more drums. Here we go. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Click right here for more videos just like this one, or start at sweetwater.com for all your music instrument and pro audio needs.